For a few short years, this theme park gathered crowds of playful revelers from far away and near. This is actually modeled on Rialto in Venice. It started in the 1970s. The fashion of big amusement and theme parks like Disneyland in California arrived late in Italy. In 1975, Gardaland opened on the shores of Lago di Garda, and small villages and cities wanted to keep up. In Mogliano, this small theme park called Veneland opened just a few years later. The budget wasn't anything like Gardaland, not to mention Disneyland, but the entertainment and fun were equal, if we can trust some of the testimonies from the time. They had an ice rink and 2 theme train rides, one covering a lot of ground outside and passing inside a model of Noah's Ark. There were Wild West areas divided into an Indian village, a cowboy village, and a fort. There was an aquarium, a reptile house, and a small theater with shows dedicated to the smallest children. If you got hungry or thirsty, there was a pizzeria and a beer lounge. And over the entrance they had built that notable replica of the Rialto Bridge in Venice. The park was a huge success. Still, it didn't last for long. After only a few years, the owners for some reason lost interest. The grounds for the sudden reluctance to continue were unknown and hard to explain. The park made a profit, and the profit was increasing every year. They claimed economic issues, but we know that at least 2 independent banks had signed funding offers. And, well, they already made good money. Then they claimed complaints from neighbors about noise and problems with drunken visitors. But there aren't really all that many houses around the park. In 1983, the park closed and it was left as it is, a silent ruin and remembrance of past times. The following years saw drug addicts, squatters, and illegal immigrants take their refuge inside the premises. But unexpectedly, none of them stayed very long, and nobody can explain why. The whole surrounding area is protected with several old quarries, which have become ponds more or less accessible. The city has far-reaching plans to make all of it a more family-friendly leisure area, a place where people can go to spend a happy Sunday afternoon. I wonder, will they include Veneland in that project? Or is there something roaming these old buildings, something that rejects any human presence?